I want to talk about optimizing images because this seems to be a somewhat confusing topic for people. And the rule of thumb is a format is not a format is not a format. And what I mean is, even though an image is a JPEG format, it might be a different type of JPEG format. So let me give you some examples of what I'm talking about. What I have here are a whole bunch of copies of our original page design. As you can see, these look very similar. So I won't take the time to open them all, but what I want to take the time to do is show you the difference in file sizes between these files. Now here is my original Photoshop design. And just so you can see the image we're talking about, let me move this over. Here is our original image inside Photoshop. So that's the file. It's the exact same starting file I'm using for everything I'm doing. So I copied that file into a variety of formats, and I think it's a little bit easier to look at them this way. So we'll take a look at the file sizes for each of these images. So I have PS Design JPEG and PSD. Now this is my original file, and you can see it is a 4.19 meg file. What I did was save that as a JPEG. So instead of over 4 megs, this is now under 1 meg, less than half of a meg. A meg is about 1,000 K. So if this number was over 1,000, you would have a meg. So there's a big difference between this JPEG file size and the PSD file size. Now what I also did was saved it out using some optimization settings. This particular JPEG file, if I hover over it, you can see it's 153K, even though it has the exact same file extension. So I have multiple JPEGs in here. Here is a very high JPEG, and I tried to label these. 227K. This one, if I get it to hover and pop up, so instead of 257, this one's 153. And this particular one is 391. How can I have the same .jpeg file be such different file sizes? We have the same thing within our ping. If I take a look at this ping, it's 363. If I take a look at this ping, this is over 1,500. This is a meg, 1.5 megs. How come these two pings are such different sizes? Well, it's the optimization settings when you create the JPEG or ping or GIF in this example. So here's a GIF image, 106. Here's another one, 135. Here's another one, 156. And all of these files are in the folder called Optimizing in your Chapter 4 course files. So it's just a variety of the exact same design, which is this design you're looking at, saved in different ways. So optimizing allows us to control not just what format it is, whether it's a GIF, PNG, or JPEG, but also what are the settings used when it creates the format. And that is the optimization piece. I want to control those settings, so that's what you do when you optimize an image. You're not just changing it into a specific format, but you're controlling the settings for changing it into a specific format. So just a brief overview, you can see based on this why it's so important to optimize your images, and every image that goes into your web page should be optimized individually. So optimizing images changes the file size of an image.